I call to order the Lake Mills Plan Commission meeting of April 23, 2019. Before roll call, I would like to read a letter from Ken Pearson, he visited in March that he needed to resign. It's been more difficult for him to keep up with certain activities, and so what he wanted was that I would read this. March 17, 2019, Lake Mills Plan Commission. My term of appointment to the commission has expired. For personal reasons, I choose not to reapply for another term. For many years, I have enjoyed being a conservative voice and property rights advocate on behalf of the citizens of Lake Mills. Thank you, Ken Pearson. And I'll file this with the city after our meeting. And now we can proceed with roll call.
Mr. Foster?
Here.
Mr. Holman?
Here.
Mr. Schumacher?
Here.
Mr. Magnuson?
Here.
Mr. Coots?
Here.
Ms. Lazaris?
Here. All right, then item number 3, correction and or approval of the minutes of February 26, 2019.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of February 26. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, then I'll proceed with the roll call vote.
Mr. Holman?
Aye.
Mr. Schumacher?
Aye.
Mr. Magnuson?
Abstain.
Mr. Coots?
Aye.
Ms. Lazaris?
Aye.
Mr. Foster?
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Okay. Number 4, questions and public comment. The public may address the commission at this time on items on the agenda unless the item is the subject of a public hearing. If your comments pertain to a public hearing, please hold your comments until the hearing. We do have one public hearing this evening, item number 5, zoning amendment request by Topel's Lakeside Park, care of Trent Topel, to rezone a 5-acre piece identified as parcel 246-0713-2313-000 from multifamily residential R312 to rural development RD. The public may also comment at this time on items that are not on the agenda if you have registered with the city clerk before the meeting. The state's open meeting law discourages action by the commission on items not listed on the agenda. Please keep comments limited to 3 minutes. State your name and address when starting your comments. Also fill out the sign-in sheet at the podium. Are there any public comments at this time? Hearing none, under item 4, we go on to item 5, public hearing, zoning amendment request, Topel's Lakeside Park, care of Trent Topel, for the purpose of changing the zoning of a portion of a parcel of land identified as parcel 246-0713-2313-000 from multifamily residential R312 to rural development RD. Such portion of parcel 246-0713-2313-000 being located on Topel Street in the southwest corner of parcel 246-0713-2313-000 and consisting of approximately 5 acres with approximately 400 feet fronting Topel Street. And I'd like to open the public hearing by asking our consulting planner, Dustin Wolf, to give a overview of the requested rezoning.
Thank you. I put the certified survey map that the petitioner has submitted to the city up on the screen so you can kind of see the area we're talking about. I think many people are pretty familiar with the curve in Topel Street or County A. You can see him highlighted in the orange is the proposed 5-acre area of the land division. Before a land division can occur, we need to have the rezoning petition, which is obviously what we're here for tonight, but this should orient people pretty well. When you say the mobile home park, most people don't see it because it's along the east and northeast edge of the property, so it's not something you would see regularly from the roadway. The the reason for the request is to allow for certain improvements on that 5-acre piece of property. Back in 2015, when we had the comprehensive rezoning of the community, this property was rezoned to R3-12, which is our multifamily district, which accommodates also mobile homes. Prior to that time, the property had split zoning. Show this to you. This is an image, the lower image from the previous zoning map before the comprehensive rezoning. Let's see if we can see it. Sorry that it washes out a little bit. We've highlighted the property area in question here down the corner. You can see that the kind of looks bluish, greenish was zoned rural development, and then the portion where the actual mobile home park is zoned at that time was zoned R4, which was the mobile home park district. We don't have an R4 district. We now have an R3-12 district. So the entire property was rezoned to R3-12 because we don't allow split zoning on property any longer. Previously it was allowed. And to accommodate the existing use at the time, predominant use, which was the mobile home park, to make it legal and conforming, we needed to put it in the R3-12 district. Important to note that a property owner wouldn't have gotten a specific notice of the rezoning. Property owners got a rezoning of what was going on, and they would have gotten a letter from us at the time that said, this is what we're planning to do, but it wouldn't have been a specific hearing. It would have been a hearing on hundreds of properties simultaneously, and they could come in and talk to us. So it's kind of what has led to why we are here. The image above it, which is the aerial, I don't know if this will help or harm. Trying to get good visibility on this. In essence, what I'm trying to show you here is the area we're talking about is just cropland. While it is zoned for multifamily, the entire property is zoned for multifamily. The area of interest here is only being used for cropland. The lands across the street to the south/southeast, again, more cropland, is zoned RD, which is our rural development district. It's like a holding district until it's time for development to occur. And then the lands immediately to the west, which is the cemetery, is also zoned the RD rural development district. I bring this up because contextually what's being proposed here aligns with what's around it. The findings of fact that we have here talk about whether or not the proposed amendment furthers the purposes of the zoning code. The proposed amendment ensures that it stays rural or only rural-related uses until such time as is appropriate for something more intensive out there on sewer and water. Sewer and water is not available in this area yet. The proposed use, the minimum lot size that you can subdivide is 5 acres, and it requires 35 acres per dwelling unit out there. It is intended to keep farmland until it's, these are generally fringe areas of the community that would be ripe for development as utilities extend. So the proposed rezoning request is in keeping with the zoning district that's being proposed. Does the proposed amendment maintain the desired consistency of land uses, intensities, et cetera? Again, yes. Consider this more like a down zoning to the most, I'll say, restrictive district that we have, in essence, that it says 1 dwelling unit per 35 acres and agricultural activities. Even our single-family residential districts are more dense than this is, infinitely more dense than this is at 1 dwelling unit per 35 acres. What's the trend of development, and is it in keeping with the area? There isn't a trend of development in this area. It has been rural for decades. What's being proposed here is ultimately to have some storage that would accommodate storage for, I'll say, agricultural and personal needs for the property. The trend may in the future be the conversion of agricultural land into something more intensive, but until utilities are there and there isn't any designs to get there soon, it will continue to be cropped land, as illustrated on the aerials. And then is the designation proposed brought into conformity with the comprehensive plan? The comprehensive plan illustrates this area when timing is right for development for our planned neighborhood, which would be a variety of single-family and multifamily land uses, when that time arises. We aren't there yet. And usually when someone comes into the community to rezone land, they want to do something more intensive on it, not less intensive. So the proposed rezoning is in keeping with is in conformity with the comprehensive plan in the sense that it's not proposing to do anything that would be contrary to the comprehensive plan. In essence, it ensures that development will not occur until the timing is right. So based on those findings, the staff has recommended to allow the rezoning, or to approve the rezoning, or make that recommendation to the council, with this one condition that the certified survey map gets approved, because the rezoning and the map have to go hand in hand. The zoning wouldn't go, if it was approved, the rezoning wouldn't go in effect until the certified survey map was finalized and recorded.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wolf. We are in public hearing. If anyone wishes to testify to this request, then please approach the podium, write your name and address, and then also speak your name and address for the record. Would anyone like to testify at this time? Is there anyone who wishes to speak to this request? Okay, well, therefore, I'm going to close the public hearing and go on to item number 6, discussion recommendation on zoning amendment request, Topel's Lakeside Park, care of Trent Topel, for the purpose of changing the zoning of a portion of a parcel of land identified as parcel 2460713231300 from multifamily residential R312 to rural development RD. Such portion of parcel 2460713231300 being located on Topel Street in the southwest corner of parcel 2460713231300 and consisting of approximately 5 acres with approximately 400 feet fronting Topel Street. All right. Plan Commission, you have before you Plan Commission Motion 1941, recommendation to City Council for zoning amendment, parcel 2460713231300, Topel's Lakeside Park, Trent Topel. This motion sets forth the city's zoning authority under state statutes that requirements for rezoning are contained in the city's zoning ordinance. The request at hand for the subject parcel to rezone from R312 multifamily residential to RD rural development. Review by city staff, tonight's public hearing, and Plan Commission review. This motion does provide a Plan Commission recommendation to approve the requested rezoning, provided that procedural provisions for amendment are met and that requirements are met as noted in the planner's memo, namely that approval of the certified survey map to subdivide off the 5-acre parcel from the 100-acre parcel take place. So that is that correct? A 100-acre parcel?
It is, yes.
Oh,
It's a
very
very,
good.
very large property.
Okay, all right. In that case, yes, for the subdivision and certified survey map to take place as a requirement. So that is what is contained in this Plan Commission Motion 1941. Are there any questions, comments, Plan Commissioners concerning this request?
Any structures going on there are subject to whatever that falls under that.
Correct. It has to be used for agricultural purposes, or storage of agricultural things, or personal
we,
property, can't be rented. in that sense, so,
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have standards and codes that apply to.
do, yes.
So it's my understanding that the certified survey map actually creates the new parcel.
It will, and the rezoning will, we need to
Faster,
confirm, that there's a
yeah.
technical process that occurs kind of separate of all this for approval of the certified survey map, and before it gets recorded. We make sure that all the technical issues are resolved, and then that's why the rezoning would be conditioned upon the certified survey map. So we're not just rezoning a piece of property without it being tied to some sort of land division. So the lot line, if we had a meets and bounds description right now, if the lot line moves a foot here and there, we would have to renotice everything.
All right. Plan commissioners, are there any further questions or comments concerning this proposed rezoning and this parcel to be subdivided off? All right. Is there a motion concerning this prepared motion 1941?
I'll make a motion to approve motion 1941 as written.
A second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve motion 1941. Is there any discussion? All right, in that case, we'll proceed with roll call vote.
Mr. Schumacher?
Aye.
Mr. Magnuson?
Aye.
Mr. Coots?
Aye.
Mrs. Zaris?
Aye.
Mr. Foster?
Aye.
Mr. Holman?
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
All right. Next, item number 7, recommendation for future agendas. Is there anything under that item? All right. And item number 8, would anyone like to call for adjournment? Any motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any arguments? All right, in that case, we're adjourned.